Becoming an architect is a dream for so many people. Well, imagine being one of the best architects in the world. If you want to know what makes these best architects stand out, watch this video until the end. Hey guys, welcome back to Civil Mentors. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the 10 best architects in the world. But before we begin, if you are new here, make sure you subscribe to Civil Mentors and turn on notifications to never miss any updates. With that being said, let's dive into our topic without further ado. At number 1, Frank Lloyd Wright. Frank Lloyd Wright was an American architect and designer. He is often regarded as the greatest architect of all time by certain critics. Because he considered interior and external spaces to be one, he was ahead of his time in terms of building shapes and construction processes. His impoverished beginnings in the United States inspired him to study architecture under Louis Sullivan, another legendary figure in the field. Wright is still renowned for his prairie-style structures and organic inspirations today. Even after over 150 years, his organic and natural shapes that seem to merge with nature, as well as his inventive details, are still acknowledged to be the greatest architectural and design principles available. Number 2, Renzo Piano. In 2008, Time magazine named the Italian-born architect one of the world's most important people. The work of Italian architect Renzo Piano, winner of the Pritzker Prize, has had a significant impact on the development of distinctively contemporary architecture. The building of Europe's highest skyscraper in London, the Shard, has been fraught with controversy, but many believe it has provided the city a path into the 21st century. While still a teenager, he learned under the legendary architect Louis Kahn, and as a result, he developed a reputation for using unusual materials and attention to detail. Number 3, Frank Gehry. No one can find the mistake in Gehry's projects, which are amongst the most unique and inventive architectural phenomena to emerge in recent history. Tourists come to all of his structures throughout the globe to marvel at the architectural wonders he produces, making his postmodern designs instantly recognizable. He has been dubbed the most influential architect of our generation by Vanity Fair, and his work has set the standard for modern architecture. Most notably, his ability to create spaces that alter shapes and surfaces is one of his most remarkable accomplishments. And we all admire his innovative use of materials that seem to defy all logic in terms of how they interact with one another. Number 4, Philip Johnson. A gatekeeper who helped establish architectural trends from 1935 forward, Johnson's work as head of MoMA's architects department made him a major influence on the profession. He was also a designer in his own right. However, it is fair to argue that he was more of a refiner of other people's ideas than an inventor. Nevertheless, his work became legendary in a few instances, the most notable of which was the house he constructed for himself in 1949. When Johnson built the home with the transparent walls and beautifully maintained gardens, the glass house blurs the lines between inside and outside, public and private. There is little doubt that the extensive use of plate glass in this building influenced many of the architects responsible for today's luxury high-rise projects. Chippendale AT&T, now privately owned building, named for its broken pediment crown that resembles the top of a famous 18th century high boy, is another example of Johnson's postmodernism. Number 5, Tom Wright. Is it feasible to be recognized as one of the best contemporary architects of our time, even if his work is limited to a single structure? It's okay when the structure is the most recognized hotel in Dubai. Tom Wright, a British architect, was concerned with the design of the Burj Al Arab in Dubai as a hotel. It is well known for its lavish facilities and is also one of the most recognized structures in contemporary architecture. Tom Wright, known for designing the world's tallest atrium, as well as its helicopter landing pad, and the world's highest tennis court at the top of the building, deserves to be included among the great contemporary architects of our time. Number 6, Antoni Gaudi. Even though he spent most of his career working out of his native Barcelona, Antoni Gaudi is best remembered for La Sagrada Familia, the 1883 cathedral he designed and is still working on today. Baroque, Gothic, Moorish, and Victorian influences abound in his work, which often features beautiful tile work and curved lines as inspiration. It may be shown in the tree-like columns that support the huge interior of his cathedral and in the curving facade of another of his renowned constructions, the Casa Mia residential tower, inspired by the multi-peaked mountain just outside of Barcelona named Montserrat. Gaudi's work would have a lasting impact on subsequent generations of modernists. Number 7, Zaha Hadid. Zaha Hadid was the first woman architect to win the Pritzker Architecture Award. As an Iraqi-born architect, Hadid has earned the title of Nobel Peace Prize in Architecture. The futuristic, unique, bold, and aesthetic shapes of Zaha Hadid are well known. Even though many of her plans never came to reality, she was nonetheless listed as the 69th most powerful woman in the world by Forbes in 2008. We're left scratching our heads, wondering how she accomplished it, when we see her stunning designs: Maxi, Zaragoza's National Museum of Contemporary Art, Bergezil Ski Jump in Innsbruck, and Fano Science Center and Opera House in Zhangzhou are just a few of her most acclaimed projects. Number 8. Ludwig Mies van der Rohe. Modernist architect Ludwig Mies van der Rohe, a German-American, is widely considered as one of the founding fathers of modernist architecture. He represented the beginning of a new age in modernist design that was clean, simple, and uncomplicated. For the interior portions of his projects, which were built using current materials, he used a combination of plate glass and industrial steel to define them. His notable assignments include the Barcelona Pavilion, Farnsworth House, the new National Gallery, Westmount Square, and the Toronto Dominion Center, to name a few. Number 9. EERO SAARINEN. New commercial headquarters and government offices across the globe have embraced the international style, a Bauhaus-inspired straight-line concept, since the end of World War II. In this context, EERO SAARINEN's mid-century designs functioned as a welcome correction to modernist ideals of simplicity turned into corporate uniformity. For his 1962 JFK terminal for TWA Airlines, Saarinen used curvy lines to create a sensation of soaring elevation, which he compared to the uniform box embraced by the international style. In addition to the building's iconic gull-wing top and exhilarating interior, another Saarinen signature may be seen in other works, such as the monumental Gateway Arch in St. Louis, Missouri, completed in 1947. Number 10. Yao Ming Pei. Yao Ming Pei was a Chinese architect and designer. In his early years, he moved to the United States to pursue a degree in design, where he rose to become one of the world's most celebrated architects of the 20th century. The work of I.M. Pei, over 80 years after his death, can be seen in museums and galleries all over the world. He is recognized for his inventive use of geometric forms as well as his infusion of Chinese influences into his designs. A building in Colorado that blends Pei's signature geometric designs and a feeling of oneness with the natural elements in its surroundings is the National Center for Atmospheric Research, NCAR. Pei's work may be seen in some of the most well-known government buildings in the world, as well as globally renowned monuments. That's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, let us know in the comments if we've missed out on anything. See you in the next video. Until then, peace out.